Welcome back, everybody. Some people awaken most fully not in motion, but in stillness, not under glaring lights or amid the chatter of crowds, but in the gentle, familiar embrace of their own space. While the world hurries past, demanding attention, energy, participation, they choose something quieter, something measured. They choose home. To an outsider, this choice can seem strange. It might appear as withdrawal, avoidance, or even fear. Yet that view overlooks the deeper reality. They are not turning away from life. They are entering it on their own terms. The love of staying home is rooted in a subtle psychology. Those drawn to solitude carry vibrant inner lives. When the room is quiet, their minds are far from empty. They are alive with thought, imagination, memory, and feeling. As the external world slows, their inner world awakens. Home, for them, is not a retreat. It is a sanctuary, a space where thoughts flow without interruption, emotions surface without judgment, and the self exists without performance. Psychologists call this a strong internal orientation, a natural inclination to connect more deeply with one's inner life than with constant external stimulation. They do not need chaos for excitement, nor crowds for validation. A simple window, sunlight shifting across a wall, a quiet moment. These can stir a profound sense of life. Their hearts do not race in noise. They find steadiness in silence. Often, however, this understanding is earned. Many once tried to keep pace with a faster-moving world. They attended gatherings they did not enjoy. They forced themselves into rhythms that never fit. Parties, plans, endless motion, believing their need for stillness was wrong. And then, slowly, clarity arrived. Their calm was not a defect. Their need for solitude was not something to overcome. It was simply their nature, asking to be honored. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video for more raw insights into psychology and human behavior. I remember the moment this became clear to me. I once believed that staying home too often would make me feel invisible, disconnected, or lonely. But the opposite happened. The space around me began to feel like it understood me. I no longer needed constant stimulation to feel alive. I no longer needed to be seen by everyone to feel seen at all. I began to cherish the quiet rhythm of turning pages, the comfort of familiar sounds, the depth of uninterrupted thought. Applause lost its appeal. Presence gained meaning. That was when I understood that peace is not the absence of life. It is a way of living. Staying home does not mean being alone. Often, it means being in the rarest company of all, yourself, and listening. One of the most common traits shared by those who prefer staying home is introspection. They reflect deeply. They linger in thought. A small moment does not pass unnoticed. It becomes a story, a symbol, a lesson. Emotions are not rushed through or pushed aside. Joy is savored. Sadness is explored. Hope is shaped into direction. They experience feelings fully, without trying to outrun them. Research supports this inner richness. Studies suggest that people who enjoy solitude often score higher in creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Their quiet nature allows them to observe carefully, to understand others deeply, even if they themselves are often misunderstood. The world, however, has a habit of mislabeling them. You're missing out. You should go out more. Don't you get bored? These statements carry an assumption that fulfillment must look loud to be real. Yet history tells a different story. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, artists, and innovators did not find their breakthroughs in crowds. They found them alone, at desks, in rooms, in silence, refining ideas that would eventually reshape the world. There is an unspoken wisdom in quiet. Silence teaches patience. It sharpens perception. It builds a kind of strength that does not depend on recognition. Still, a question often lingers beneath the surface. If home feels so safe, what are they retreating from? Sometimes it is overstimulation. Noise, unpredictability, emotional chaos, these can overwhelm a sensitive nervous system. For those who feel deeply, the world can arrive too loudly. Home offers a place where energy can settle instead of constantly reacting. Sometimes it is about trust. They give their hearts selectively, not because they are distant, but because they feel intensely. Emotional safety matters to them. They know the cost of opening up in spaces that cannot hold their depth. And sometimes there is no wound at all. No fear, no avoidance, just preference. They enjoy simple pleasures that do not require an audience. Reading, creating, gaming, thinking, watching familiar films, building something meaningful in their own time. Their happiness is measured in moments, not milestones. In rituals, not events. Joy becomes quiet, but no less real. What they rarely say out loud is this: they love deeply. They care attentively. They notice details others miss. When distractions fade, focus sharpens, and the heart learns how to listen. If you are someone who loves staying home, you may have felt misunderstood. You may have wondered if your personality needs fixing. You may have questioned why loud gatherings drain you instead of energize you. But what if nothing is wrong? What if the world simply needs more people like you? People who listen before speaking. People who reflect before reacting. People who feel before pretending. Let me speak now, not about them, but as one of them. I once feared that staying in my room too long would cause the world to forget me. But instead, something unexpected happened. The world inside my mind began to grow. Thoughts unfolded like landscapes. Ideas kept me awake longer than any late-night party ever had. I found meaning in simplicity, in familiarity, in space that allowed me to be fully myself. And slowly, I realized something essential. Home is not a place. It is a state of mind. So now, let me speak directly to you. Maybe you've always felt a little different. Maybe you enjoy your own presence more than crowded rooms. Maybe the world hasn't celebrated that part of you yet. But your quiet carries power. Your silence holds depth. Your solitude is not a burden. It is a gift. Because the truth is this: people who love staying home are not avoiding life. They are choosing it deliberately. They are not interested in shallow conversations or borrowed excitement. They seek meaning, authenticity, real connection, even if that connection is rare. Psychology tells us that those who prefer solitude often develop strong self-awareness. They know what drains them. They know what nourishes them. They understand their emotional landscape with clarity that many people never reach. This does not mean they never feel lonely. Loneliness and solitude are not the same. Loneliness is isolation without choice. Solitude is presence with intention. A person can feel lonely in a crowded room, but solitude, when chosen, builds strength. Some days, staying home feels like rest. Other days, it feels like protection. And sometimes, it feels like freedom. The freedom to simply exist without explanation. This preference is not always about introversion. It is about energy, about where it is lost and where it is restored. Even the most outgoing individuals sometimes need the quiet of home to return to themselves. There is also vulnerability beneath the surface. These people do not open their inner world to everyone. They sense whether a connection is emotionally safe before stepping closer. Their hearts may appear guarded, but when they love completely. Their inner life is complex. Their mind is a studio where imagination turns silence into creativity, routine into ritual, presence into purpose. They do not need constant movement to feel alive. They find meaning in stillness. And yet, there is a paradox. Sometimes the love of home is born from disappointment, a friendship that fractured, trust that was broken, a moment when their feelings were too large for others to carry. So they built a space where they no longer had to apologize for their depth. If you have ever stayed home because the outside world felt heavy, know this: you are not withdrawing. You are learning to protect your peace. And that, quietly, gently, is a form of wisdom. Yet choosing to stay home has never meant choosing a smaller life. Your dreams are not diminished by quiet. They are shaped by it. They do not shout for attention or demand applause. They live inwardly, patiently, growing in the unseen places of your mind. You imagine a life filled with meaning, with beauty, with truth. One that mirrors who you really are, not who the world expects you to be. You are not searching for crowds to applaud your existence. You are searching for resonance, for one soul who truly understands. And perhaps you are waiting, not out of fear, but out of wisdom, for the right moment, the right connections, for the world to soften enough to meet you where you stand. There is something deeply personal about home, something that feels almost sacred. It is the one place where your guard can finally rest, where judgment fades into the background, where you are no longer required to perform or explain yourself. Here, exhaustion does not feel like failure. It dissolves into comfort. Some days, you find yourself standing by the window, watching the world rush past. Cars hurry along their paths. People move with urgency etched into their posture. The air hums with impatience. And in that quiet observation, a gentle smile appears. Because you understand something many overlook. The real richness is not outside, racing forward. It is already within reach. Still, the world has a way of challenging this understanding. It praises constant motion and calls it ambition. It treats rest as a flaw, stillness as a weakness, silence as something to be corrected. But beneath that noise lies a deeper truth. Rest is not stagnation, it is restoration. Stillness is not emptiness, it is clarity taking shape. Silence is not absence, it is where understanding begins. You may spend more time at home than others, but your life is not on hold. You are noticing, you are healing. You are quietly becoming someone stronger, steadier, more whole. And because you experience life deeply, you love with depth as well. Your relationships may be few, but they are sincere. When someone earns a place in your world, they matter fully. You offer loyalty without spectacle, care without condition, and attention without distraction. You see what others miss. The hesitation behind a smile, the weight carried in an unspoken pause, the strength hidden beneath someone's silence. You understand emotions not only through words, but through what is left unsaid. That sensitivity is not fragility. It is a rare kind of strength. There's a gentle quality within you that often goes unnoticed, the ability to be your own companion. You do not fear your thoughts. You do not flee from your emotions. You can sit with yourself in quiet moments and still feel complete. This is not loneliness. It is connection, deep, rooted, and honest. It is the kind of self-relationship many spend a lifetime searching for. So hear this clearly, without doubt or hesitation. You're not strange for loving the comfort of home. You're not lacking ambition. You're not too sensitive. You're not falling behind. You're not missing out on life. You're building a life that does not drain you, a life that honors your rhythm, a life that allows you to breathe. And one day, when the timing feels right, when the world outside aligns more gently with your heart, you will step forward, not because you are pressured to, not because you feel left behind, but because you choose to. And that choice will make the world feel more meaningful, more vivid, more alive. Until then, sip your warm coffee slowly. Let your thoughts wander without urgency. Continue exploring the quiet landscapes of your own mind. Guard your peace with care. Love softly, but love fully. Because those who cherish staying home are often the ones who know how to make the world feel like home, too. If this exploration has stirred something within you, share your thoughts in the comments, or simply your presence. Thank you for walking this path with us today. If this journey has stirred something within you, reflection, awareness, even clarity, know that you are not alone. Until next time, take care of your energy and honor your intuition.